Yo, welcome my fellow DGens, it's your boy Hassan here. And today I want to be giving you guys this sick ass alpha. It's this new project I found called Kuroro Beast. But before I introduce the project, I just want to let you guys know I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Whatever you do with your own money is your own risk that you take, and all my content is for educational purposes only. So diving straight into their white paper, you could see here that Kuroro Beast is an on-chain NFT RPG with PvP mechanics. So obviously, like I mentioned before, following the Pokemon mechanic and style of gameplay. So beasts are the game's main entity. They all start with a combo of the following attributes: level, status, natural values, element, gender, moves, items, and essence. So basically, like Pokemon, you start out with a starter, and therefore, obviously, you'll be able to mint your starter, and you'll be able to mint two, and that is the max amount per wallet. And there are three different things you could do with the starters: farm, train, and explore. So farming will produce a certain amount of coin. They label their coin as Kuro, Kuro. Train, the beast gains a certain amount of EXP a day. Explore different places to find various items, moves, eggs, rewards. So same thing like Pokemon, you will go travel around either different routes, different bridges, different towns, cities. So some questions are: how many beasts are there for season 1? There are 60 to 100. How to catch additional beasts. So I like this concept a lot, honestly. So basically there'll be minting pools with different Kuro costs, and it will be a kind of race to mint dynamic, and you could pay to mint out different pools. So let's say, for example, you want to go to a different town, and I guess you could basically pay with the token Kuro to discover that town and basically find different type of beasts that you could be able to catch and explore there. And pools will have limits and expire when every beast in the pool is catched. So let's say, for example, you find a town and you find all the beasts there. So I guess that town or city will be explored, and it will be applied to the knowledge concept, which I will go into later on. Will there be a max level? For season 1, the max level will be 30. EXP required for every level will be exponential. So obviously, like in Pokemon as well, let's say from level 1 to 2, it costs 10 XP, and from level 2 to 3, it'll be 20 XP, and therefore so on. Shinies, there will be lucky beasts, which will have different aesthetical traits and certain advantages. So every beast will have either one or two native elements, and elements will determine the type of moves they have and their strength and weaknesses. So like I keep referring to Pokemon, super effective, not effective, it doesn't work, same thing, same concept. For example, here, psychic and plant, obviously if they're following the Pokemon style and mechanic, it will be like psychic is super effective to plant. I don't know how they're doing it, I didn't ask the founder, but it most likely will lead to that case. For season 1, the most probable number of elements will be the 12 shown below, as you see here. Natural values are random values between 1 and 21, which will determine the fighting potential of your beast. A beast with high natural values will most likely be better off competing in fights than one with low values. So let's say, for example, you have whatever this beast name is. It has a very high speed, but has a low defense. And you have another beast, for example, that has very high attack and high defense, so they're more suited for combat. So that other beast would basically easily defeat this one because its natural values are a lot higher. The mix between base stats, natural values, and the strengths of a particular beast type can be the difference between a mediocre and elite fighter. So this is basically, the Kuropedia is basically their Pokédex or Pokemon Dex. I forgot what it was called, but the Kuropedia is one per wallet NFT. It has its own functionalities and mechanics separated from the beast, allowing someone to even play the game without necessarily having to own the beast. This concept is really cool in my opinion. It's the same thing as pixelmon. You don't need to own the NFT to actually play the game. You could become a trainer and still wander the game and be an explorer rather than just a trainer, which I really like in my opinion, because it just allows, say for example I'm not whitelisted and I still want to play the game, I'd still be able to, and I'd have nothing to worry about, which is why I'm bullish on this. The Kuroro main mechanics are discover, experiment, and show. So discover is stake to earn learn. The final name is to be announced on the token, and raise the knowledge community mechanic and the Kuroro civilization. So diving straight into the questions, how does learn token work? Learn will allow you to do specialized actions with the beast, mint with specific traits, mixed with levels, will allow selecting from a shorter list of beasts or specifically selecting the beast you want to catch. Exploring with learn, you can select from specific locations and select items and others from locations which are unavailable without learn. What is knowledge and how does it work? Knowledge is a community mechanic. Which will increase with the time that Kuropedias are discovering and spending learn. Hitting certain levels, knowledge will release new beasts, location, and elements and important events within the game. So seasons and tournaments. So diving straight into the tournament, you can see the first tournament will take place at the end of season 1 and is planned to last from 2 to 3 months. And apparently it's going to be a drastic event, which is yet to be revealed. And 10% of the proceeds of the whole project, sales and royalties, will be distributed as a prize money for the first places of the tournament. So for example, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth will get a numerous amount of prizes. Mechanics of the fights, moves, element balancing, and other aspects are all being worked on by the game designers, a team of 3 competitive Pokemon VGC players. So as you see here, 3 competitive players are basically working on the mechanics of the game. And honestly, that is really cool because they know the game in and out. They know everything about it. So seeing them work on something like this is really cool. And I hope it does really well. I remember speaking with the founder on his AMA. He mentioned that he wants to turn this thing into an entire game studio. Like, he really is bullish on his own project. He said that he quit his full-time job as being a lawyer to go in on all this because he said he doesn't want to half-ass it. And I'm not gonna lie, that is one big leap of faith to take, and just hearing that from the owner, it makes me really bullish in my opinion. And he also mentioned that he worked at different startups within Silicon Valley. I asked him if he's comfortable disclosing the names of the companies, but he said no, so I completely respect that. But the owner, the team, he got one of the game developers to join in on the AMA, and he basically answered all the questions that people have within the mechanics. I don't know too much about Pokemon, honestly. I really just enjoyed the game when I was playing it. I didn't go into the nitty-gritty of it, but reading the white paper, talking with the team makes me really bullish on it. And honestly, I hope you guys all get whitelist. The Discord's closed at the moment, but I will link their Twitter in the description, and make sure you have their notifications on so you could see when they post links for their Discord, so you could join it as soon as possible. So as you see here, they have a golden fairy ticket, which will basically allow you early access and are being given to early supporters. The mint price is 0.15 ETH, and 155 is reserved for whitelist. I am very fortunate to get whitelist. I asked one of the mods in the Discord, and I asked him if it's possible I could get some whitelist spots to give away to you guys, but unfortunately I couldn't, so I'm sorry about that. But the ticket basically grants 2 beasts. You have a higher chance of a lucky beast and a higher chance of a female. So female is a 10% of all the supply, and the lucky beast, the shiny as they mentioned, is also very rare. I remember speaking to the founder. He said I think it's like 0.1% of all the supply. So looking at the artwork here, you can see all the beasts and their different elements, and I'm not gonna lie, the art is dope as fuck. Like, this is so cool. Like, this is going to be the website that we could play the game on. Just look, this is the battlefront, I guess you could call it, and how they're testing the battle mechanics, and you see the moves here and the different amount of uses they're able to have. This is the stats where you're able to upgrade it. And I'm guessing this beast is more so like an EV, where it has different evolutions for different elements like normal, water, grass, and fire. And I'm pretty sure, so these are the trainers from the left to right. Obviously there's a male and a female, and I'm assuming that these are the beasts that you'd start off with the most common one, if I'm not mistaken. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I read and reply to all my comments, and thank you.